Alright. Get this replay started. Alright, guys. This is ClintLeetWood off of eRev TV, and welcome to the first ever The Daily Rift. The Daily Rift is a daily show we're here to bring you that involves all types of strategies and replays that we'll be discussing throughout the show. So here's a replay off of clgaming.net called The Real Deathcap versus HotshotGG. As we all know, Kakasoul is HotshotGG's Smurf. So in this, yeah, we hope to see a lot of great action. Let's see what we can get out of it. Right now we're at the loading screen, and Team 1, we have Noobler on Urgot, Feedfest on Twisted Fate, Ramus, Bruce Leet as Ramus, Sexy Fate as Rise, Fat Shady 912 as Janna, as I said earlier, versus Kakasoul on Jarvan the 4th, V-Man 7, who we all saw in the recent tournament, on Karma, Halfurkin on Amumu. Oh, I'm sorry, let me finish that real quick. Halfurkin on Amumu, Nenix on Scion, and Strello on Singed. Interesting teams. I like them. Let's just think about them real quick. We have Urgot, who's this really strong top and solo laner. Played against him today as an Olaf, and was really strong. Was one of the few people that could actually harass me out of the lane. We have a Ramus jungling, which is always a fun little thing to see. He's just a strong ganker and a really fast and safe jungler. If you can protect him after he gets blue, he should really be just fine. Rise, who we all have seen now with the recent remake, has really been strong, I think. I really like him. He's this like soft carry tank mage, and it's really fun to play with him. Janna, one of the strongest carries in the world, or probably in this game, not in the world, but to protect this Twisted Fate against the team we'll be seeing with Kakasoul's Jarvan the 4th, who's just really strong, I think, and I think a lot of people are missing out because they're not taking flash on him for that initiation purpose. But overall, I think he's a really strong hero, and he's just really good at, you know what, I think he's just really good at initiating and keeping someone that you want to focus in a certain area to make it easy. Even with that Janna, it's going to be hard to counter that Jarvan ult, just because it's an impassable terrain. You'll just get knocked up against it. So that's something very interesting to see. Karma, who I think is actually a really strong support and isn't getting enough credit. When she was kind of released, she got a little bit of a nerf, I think, and if I remember correctly, and it kind of made her a little, I guess, weak. And a lot of people just saw this as not good for her, and no one really started playing her. And I think now that she got some recent buffs, so she'll really begin to see. We'll really begin to see her be a solid support champion that we might see in higher elo play. We all know Mumu. I actually have a few friends that want to say he's borderline OP. Oh, and look at that. That's some great support from Janna, giving that early advantage in that lane to Twisted Fate. That's a really good and solid strategy to do. That's a roaming Janna, and that's a really helpful thing to do, especially in a lane against the Scion as Twisted Fate, because Twisted Fate is a rather squishy hero, and against that Scion, he's going to have a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble against that lane because, well, we all know Scion's really just downright ridiculous. Really strong lane. Scion, as I was just saying, he's just a really strong hero. One of those weird AP carries with a lot of really strong ratios. The shield and stun are both 1-to-1. And then Singed, a great initiator, like off-tank type of hero. So I think we have a really good game ahead of us. I mean, the lanes here, we have Jarvan versus Urgot, which I think is a very solid setup. I think is a very solid idea to put a I think Jarvan's a very solid solo lane, and that he gets kind of downplayed. Freak showed us that he's a good mid laner in the champion spotlight. However, I think mid is kind of more regarded for the either AD carry. In this case, it would be Jarvan, but I don't know. I guess I don't really like melee in mid, so I think that's actually a solid idea to put Jarvan up on top. So we have Singed and Karma versus Janna and Ryze. Interesting setup. I'm not entirely sure if that's optimal, because Janna does give an AD boosting shield, but as you can see, she's not grabbing shield at all. She's going 2 into Zypher and 1 into Howling Gale, so she's going for more of a I guess damage dealing and less supporty version of Janna. And so you can see that Singe went from like half health to maybe a quarter health. It's very interesting. Gank coming down on top. Noobler in a little bit of trouble here, but it's not going to matter because he is going to flash out of that. Urgot is insanely... oh, wow. And he's going out of position again. First Blood coming down on bottom because it looks like they overextended just a bit. I'm sorry I missed that, folks, but Janna almost going down too. Not entirely sure what happened. Could have been a fling into tower range, but that's in this bush, and I'm thinking it's just a little bit too not in the range of it. But the Samumu's still looking to gank top with his bandage toss, and I think there's a lot of CC in that lane, and that's a very easily supportable lane for a gank. Mid is still doing okay. Let's look at the CS real quick. We have Twisted Fate's 26 versus Scion's 19, and he's actually even out farming him, which is fantastic to see, because that Scion, after he reaches a certain point, he just reaches this, he just gets this ability to press his shield and then just clear entire minion waves and then go to another lane and do that same exact thing. It's kind of ridiculous. A good gank coming down on bottom. I don't know if V-Man's going to be able to get out of this. No, with a flash and an auto attack from Rammus, V-Man does go down. But you can just see there how long Karma prolonged her life. It was really, really interesting. Even Twisted Fate's taking a little bit of punishment in the middle. But as I was saying about that Karma, she does have a heal based on the amount of health you're missing. So she does get a lot of utility out of that. And she does have a shield similar to Janna's, and where it increases, basically adds effective health, but what it doesn't do is it doesn't add damage. Instead, what it does a flat amount of damage. And yeah, no, I think Karma is a great hero, and I think we could easily see her come into this meta currently. Noobler is level 6. I'm going to assume he's also against a level 6 Jarvan, or just about. Some first items coming out, as we can see. Heart of Gold on Jarvan, with still a Sapphire Crystal in middle on Scion, so he has not gone back. Doran's Ring on Twisted Fate, so he's going to go into an AP build, which is interesting because the only kind of carry we might have here in terms of AD will be this Urgot, which he's going to be building into a Mana Moon. Not entirely sure if I like that, because all of his damage kind of relies upon landing that Acid Hunter and then following up with the constant Qs. But as you can see, we also have Ryze going down here and going with this new remake build, and going with Tear of the Goddess, maxing out. Oh, a huge gank down in middle. I'm sorry to cut myself off here, folks, but Janna is going to save Twisted Fate, and there's that power of the roaming Janna, which is just wonderful to see. Even Ram is coming into the lane to say hello and keep the pressure off of Twisted Fate. That was really good. He's going to go back and shop, and Rammus is going to take over that mid-solo lane. And it looks like Janna might even go up and see if she can poke in and give Jarvan a little hug, but no, she's not. A ward is going down from Jarvan, so that will prevent any type of ganks from that roaming Janna or any type of damage that she may want to do. Some solid play from both teams so far. At 8 minutes in, it is 1-1 with no real advantage seen. Some damage coming down on Singed there. Oh, even more damage coming down on Singed. He is going to be kited by that Ryze, it looks like. Lots of communication even with this team. Lots of pings coming down. They know what they're doing. They know how to communicate with one another. So let's go back to the items. We have Scion on mid with his Sheen as a first item. That's a really good choice. Going to Blasting Wand and Boots, we might see, I want to say, Rabadon's Deathcap first. That's a really strong item on Twisted Fate. A Philo Stone on Rammus over here. That's interesting. Not entirely sure if I agree with that. That makes him a little bit easier to gank, though, because that adds a ton of regen and makes it easy for him to jungle, because he does continue to get farm, because he does get an additional 5 gold every 10 seconds. And I'm talking really fast here, and I really apologize, folks, but as you can see, I just love this game, and I love to share my knowledge with it, and I love to talk about it. Oh, so Rise is taking a little bit of damage here from Singed. Not entirely sure how much damage, but it's quite obvious that he's taking a little bit of it. Janna's going to take a little bit of harassment from Scion, not too much. And, looks like Scion might even lose that engagement because of Twisted Fate just saying hello with the wild cards. Oh, and here's a good gank on V-Man, a 3-man gank, not even going to be needed probably. Oh, and V-Man really showing the utility out of Karma because of the movement speed buff. Isn't that interesting? But it does not matter because Noobler does use the ability to use Asset Hunter combined with those Qs to chase her down in that bush. And even Noobler's really low and has to go back. And Bruce Lee knows that he cannot take that Jarvan on, so he has to back out. But a 2-man gank in middle. Oh, this is really bad. A level 7 Amuma. Here comes the ultimate, and that Twisted Fate is probably not going to get out of. No, he's not going to get out of there. It's a very strong gank, and my friend actually really likes Amuma, and he's saying he's a little bit overpowered right now. So, hey, you might see him even coming back in the meta. Rammus on 200 health. Gonna see if he can go for a gank on Jarvan. That's a little awkward. Now, he should probably just go back with that 200 health. Two pushing machines down here at bottom. As you can see, only 1 level in the shield, so she is going for a more damage-oriented build. Even seeing a little crit there, that's kind of funny. But yeah, no, damage-oriented build with Zypher being maxed out first, which has a really strong ratio, if I remember correctly. It's a 0.8 ratio, it looks like. Anyways. And Bruce Lee asking Hotshot, who is kakasoul, how much of solo queue do you think is luck to win? And Hotshot replies with 60 to 70%. There's a little bit of truth to that, I think. I've been playing a little solo queue myself, and I've had a little bit of trouble because of some levers. So, you know, to each his own, I guess. Anyways, let's go back to the items. Karma up here going into a Catalyst build, probably maybe even to Rod of Ages. That would be my guess, because she does need a little bit of AP to be useful. Rammus going for a fully gank-oriented build with a Boots of Ability, really showing how fast he can be. Breaking Mach 1 once those Boots of Mobility hit movement speed level 5, and his Powerball gets at its highest speed. And that's just insanely funny to see. As you can see right here, look at him. Look at him just go. He's going to traverse almost the whole map right now. 3-man gank coming top. There is a ward there, though, to my knowledge, so that gank isn't going to be effective at all. Yeah, no, you can see that kakasoul and V-Man are going to back out and prevent that gank from happening. Even doing a little scouting themselves. Oh, there's even a vision ward there. That's really interesting to see from Hotshot, really showing that he does not want the team to surprise him. It's not gonna even let him get vision on it too. So it's not gonna, he can roam all he wants and yeah, do whatever. Looks like Janna over here is going to be in a little bit of trouble and not going to be able to hold that lane. Don't know if that's actually a good idea to gank him. Janna really can't put out the damage there. As I said, she is going for a damage-oriented build with Zypher, but she can't really do much. she is a support champion, and she should be played as a support, and you can see there's a Heart of Gold coming out on her, which can be somewhat supported because it does give her that extra gold and a little bit of extra health and tankiness overall. Which is a really hard thing for some supports to get, is gold. Gold is incredibly hard for support champions to get, as most of it's going to be spent on the occasional item and wards. Alright, so we have Singe down here going Negatron Cloak and Catalyst, and I'm so sorry I missed that, folks. My camera work isn't exactly the best. I will work on it, I promise. A gank might be coming down on bottom. Oh, Singe in an awkward position, but probably going to get out of there because it's just singed. Here is the taunt, flash taunt, but I don't know if that's going to be enough damage. We will see here. Singe not going to be able to run back to his tower, doing a little bit of a Jew. That is really interesting. I don't know if he can actually... He might be able to get out of there and even kill that Rammus. Oh, wow, that Rammus gets away with 30 health. And here comes Sion to say hello. And there's this... Oh, he does not get this... Oh my god, that was a beautiful support. However, it's not going to matter, as Janna is actually caught out of position, and Rammus is taken out too. Janna's going down, Rammus going down, and then we have... wow. Sion going down too, which I did not see. But, Rai is getting away with just a little bit of help. What a great amount of support, but, oh, Twisted Fate out of position here. Will he be able to get away? Yes. Maybe no. Yes, he does get away. Actually, Jarvan's coming in to say hello. I don't know if that's going to be enough, though. Oh, what a beautiful taunt! And here probably comes the gold card to save the day. No! kakasoul diving too deep and going down. Wow. And, mid, blink there, or, leap. There was a taunt on Jarvan. I don't know if you guys saw that, but, it looks like Hotshot's a little upset about that and is asking, how did that happen? That was a great play by that team, though. Honestly, great play. Singe was 72 health, which is not true, obviously, but, yeah, pushing bottom, doing what Singe does best. I'm not entirely sure what TF is doing out of mid lane. That's where he should be. He should be farming it up in mid lane, but, he is at a level 11, where, also Sion is, so... I think they're pretty even. We might even see a gank down on Singe. He is going to be running. He's popping that ultimate again, popping that slow, and he probably... Yeah, no, he's going to get away. That Singe is incredibly hard to get, especially when he activates his ultimate. He's just so fast. Counter warding. Good job. I have not seen a dragon from Team Blue yet. However, that is not to say that Team Purple over here has not done dragon themselves. In fact, I would actually suspect they have done dragon. Yeah. Rise with a red buff. That's funny. Poor Singed. Not entirely sure what Singed is doing here, because he did take a lot of damage. Dragon is up, as we can see. But, yeah. kakasoul taking a lot of damage. Actually out-leveled by that Urgot. That's interesting. Looks like that dive didn't put him in an awkward position because... oh, and here's a good gank. kakasoul's not going to be there to support with some CC, but, yeah, no, that was a bad play. kakasoul's going to take so much damage because Urgot is just so ridiculous in the lane. Even though Nuber is going to take a lot of burst damage from V-Man 7. And I'm sorry, folks, once again, I did miss that. My camera work is not the best in the world, but I promise to work on that. And, yeah, Singe going down to a Rammus and Rise gank. If we want to look at the items real quick again. We have Janna with 2 Hearts of Gold, which, as I said before, is actually a decent idea because it does give her some tankiness. And there is some ganking down on top. V-Man 7, well, I don't really know if I like that ult from Nubler, but V-Man 7, I don't know if he will be able to get out of that. No, he won't, because, as I said before, Urgot is just does so much damage. You know, there is some decent burst from that Janna even because of the level 4 Zypher and level 3 Howling Gale. So, there is some decent damage from both of those heroes going to go down on that Karma. Just take her out really quickly. So, 2 Hearts of Gold and Boots of Speed on Janna. As I said earlier, that is an okay build because it is incredibly hard to farm gold as Janna. So, that makes sense to me. Lots of mana coming down on Rise, as you can see. He has Tear, pretty heavily stacked when it even looks like, Catalyst, and Sapphire Crystal. That's a lot of really strong mana, but as per the new remake for Rise, his ultimate does add mana, and his skills scale off of mana. So all of his damage comes from how much mana he can stack, and a really big gank coming down on mid. But no, what a beautiful little flash there. That is a great little dodge move. If you guys want to try that out, it's a normal queue when you can. Duck into here and flash over the wall. It was really nice, really nice. Really showing the utility of these players, knowing what they can do with flash and little tricks that they've learned. Wow, big gank on Nubler. Oh, this is bad, but there is no other CC to come down except for the ultimate from kakasoul. I mean, HotshotGG. Wow, what a great play. Rammus a little bit out of place here too. Oh, I don't know what he's going to be doing with that, because there is 3 other heroes right there. What is he trying to do? I do not know. There's a lot of CC there in that lane. I don't want to be fighting there if I were Rammus, even though I'm incredibly tanky because I do have a Giant's Belt. But no, I would not want to be fighting that. You all saw how quickly Urgot went down, and I would say he's almost as tanky as, well, no, not entirely. He's pretty tanky, though. Yeah, I have 1600 health on him, and 2200 health. No, he's a lot more tanky. Never mind. I'm crazy, don't listen to me. Anyways, getting back to the items. We have Scion with a needlessly large rod, which is a great item. We'll probably see him going into Rabadons, which is a really solid item. But Moods of Mobility, I don't know if I really like that. And it does increase his roaming potential, as I said earlier. He does get to this point in the game where he can just clear waves by popping on a shield and walking to the middle of the minions and just detonating it, and then do that to another lane. But I don't know. I don't know if I really like that. Rai is taking a lot of harassment from Singe. This is one of several times I've seen him just get thrown around by that poor Singed. But again, there's a huge gank, and we've seen this before on bottom. This Singe is just not learning and going down once again to that Flash Rammus, which is just a wonderful little summoner spell. Seems like a lot of people on higher ELO do play it with Flash in almost all cases. Ooh, and Nubler out of position, gonna take a lot of damage from that shield. Ooh, and even kakasoul just has to throw the little spear to get him a kill. Ooh, wow. The team is asking, and I missed that. Sorry, my camera work is not the best in the world. Janna's asking Urgot, what is he doing? We had vision for you, we pinged for you, and he goes, I don't know, I'm being dumb. Looked like it too. And you can't really, there was a clear Scion coming in, and Nubler was just sitting right about here, and we know the burst damage from Scion and that Jarvan, as we saw for the last gank that took out Nubler up the top. So, yeah. Let's look at the farm. Scion at 146 to Twisted Fate's 153 at 22 minutes. That's very good. Really solid number. Urgot at 135 to Jarvan's 131. These people are incredibly tied. The only one that has a somewhat commanding lead on farm here is Twisted Fate. But like him and Scion, they can really just clear lanes well. So if you think about it, CLG did run, not CLG, I'm sorry. In WCG, there was a TF ban from CLG because the European team they were playing against did run TF and was able to push as many lanes as they want. And I've actually been running TF more in my comps recently too. And a huge gank going to come down on kakasoul. Sorry, I'm going to interrupt myself, but a blue card coming out, that is not what TF wants to pull. That is a bad draw, and that probably cost them the gank. Oh wow, that's not good. That is very bad. Karma's coming up. Roaming Karma and a roaming Janna. That's interesting. I've been wondering if Karma has the potential to roam, and a Frozen Heart pickup at 23 minutes. Wow. That's really good for a support hero. I'm impressed. I didn't see any gold for 5 items on her either. So she probably just went Glacial Shroud right into Frozen Heart. Very good, very solid pickup. Yeah, I can see it working. That makes sense to me. A little bit of harassment from both sides there at bottom. You can see here's a Glacial Shroud pickup on oh, poor Singe. Did he ever learn? He's gonna get taunted. Oh, there's no chain CC there, but there's a lot of damage coming down. Oh, and a huge counter gank coming in. Poor Rise is going to be able to get out of this. Amumu is going to come in though and say hello. Nuvo is going to come and support too. Huge team fight coming down on bottom. However, I have to say this is in Blue's favor because more of the team, in fact, all of the team is consolidated down at bottom. Great teamwork, great communication it looks like, because they all knew when to come down there. That was great. They had their TF at top, their Urgot in mid, and they were able just to come down there based on their heroes. They had an Urgot just walk down from mid, and then a TF teleport down. It was really good. Really, really good. Interesting. We'll probably see the tower go down into this, and it looked like a purple team did pick up Dragon earlier. Kakasoul saying hello, but they're going to take a lot of burst damage from this Rise. Going to block a little bit with his shield. Oh, I don't know about that tower. Tower is at 500 health. Rammus is saying he's going to go in. He's going to speed up that powerball and going to run right in and get V-Man out of position. He's going to get thrown away, and it doesn't matter because there's just so much burst damage from this team. Noobler going to flash out from Kakasoul's ultimate, and it doesn't matter. And poor HotshotGG is going to go down. And this is going to be a really quick mop-up from both teams as Twisted Fate is being left uncontested, and poor Rise gets poisoned to death. That was an exchange for a tower and 2 for 4. That was really good. Really, really good. Well, I don't really need to explain that to you. I mean, it's pretty obvious in the exchange itself. So, Blue team at 25 minutes. 25 minutes, folks. Let's think about that. 25 minutes it took to take down 1 tower, and there's only 22 kills then. Looks like this Rammus is being a little gank happy without any support. Although that Singe does have really low health. He might be going down. Yes, he is going to go down because of the no health Singe. I don't know what this guy is thinking. This I don't know. I want to say 4th time he's dropped to a Rammus gank. Let's look at the items real quick, and we see how many hearts of gold on the field. We see 3 hearts of gold on Jarvan, 4 hearts of gold on Janna, a heart of gold on Rammus, 2 hearts of gold on Amumu. Wow, that's a lot of hearts of gold. That's a total of 10 hearts of gold. Yeah. So, take note, kids. Heart of gold, pro item. We see a little bit of armor coming down, coming up on Jarvan, which makes sense because this lane, this guy does a ton of physical damage, but you can see that Urgot is building in turn with a Last Whisper and a Brutalizer, which is just a perfect item for him in terms of if a person's stacking armor, especially with that Mana Moon just doing a ton of extra damage. Yeah, no, both teams are playing solidly, I think, right now. Both teams have made really competent choices in terms of builds. Although it seems like Purple Team is messing up a little, and you know, there's actually been a few mistakes from both sides, but ooh, Sion's gonna take a lot of damage here. Yeah. There's not much to say on that. Teleport coordinated right there from Rise to say hello and add a little bit extra CC. But you know, I've read a few forum posts from these players, and they say one of the worst things about being in these high yellow games is that if one person goes down, that's either a lost dragon or a lost tower. And we can see from both of these last few games that it's been just, I mean, not from the last few games, I'm sorry, I'm not making any sense. From these past two fights down here at mid and bottom, there has been a lost tower, and it looks like since another person is going to go down, another tower is going to go down. So that rule holds true. B-Man 7 taking a lot of burst damage from Rise, and that 4 Singe, that was an interesting bug, getting knocked up in the air and just getting thrown around. Will he get a? Will he be a? Wow, he gets away with maybe just 10 health. This tower is going to take a lot of pressure, though. Purple team is just scrambling to come up with some answers here. Not green team, I'm sorry. Blue team is just far more organized. And just all around more present in team fights. So, I don't know what to say about this game right now. At 28 minutes, blue team is at a... And here's their answer. Here's their answer right there. I shut down that little TF by picking him off in a... when they were all trying to get back. Good job. Good job, team. See if they can actually push in a tower, though. I might be looking to even do Baron. Now, bad call by me. Ignore that. Blue team does have a purple ward there, so they do deward that. This is an interesting position. They are all in this area right here. Yep. And poor Rise is going to be out of position. And here's that answer we were talking about, but he's not going to go down. Oh, that's upsetting. Oh, and Singe is going to go down, just not tanky enough to stop that Urgot. Wow. Mumu's out of position. No, he's right in position where he wants to be. That tank cannot really support it. Noobler is going to get focused from HotshotGG, but it doesn't matter. They are all transferring to Rammus because they do want just a kill. A kill is more important. Sometimes... I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. A kill is always important. If you can't focus that squishy, and it seems like the only thing you can focus is that tank, then just go for the tank. Ooh, poor Cyan going down from a lot of burst damage. That was insane. It might have been the replay viewer in it messing up on the health bar, but man, I just saw a 3/4 full health Cyan go down just like that, folks. That was scary. This just shows how well this team is ahead, and we even have a Janna picking up Magi Soul Stealer. You know, that's funny. No stacks yet. It's actually a lot of bit late, and you know, but I kind of agree with it. Kind of. She's 3-1. Why not, right? It's 18-11. They've been solidly winning team fights even when they're out of position. But Singe might be making her regret that. No. Nothing's going to happen out of that, as they both can apply slows to each other. And, both can apply slows to each other, so it negates one another. So, let's go look at items. We have Scion with Rabadon's Deathcap, and picking up a Blasting Wall. I'm probably going to go into Lich Bane, which is a solid item on him. Converts all AP to physical damage, which is just awesome. Makes him do a lot of damage, both magically and physically, especially on a low cooldown. Singe is looking to maybe go Relies, but once again, we're going to see the Scion just get out of position and just get absolutely demolished from full health, drop down so quickly. But once again, purple team is not all there, and it looks like blue team is. There's just not much to say about this. I mean, this game is a team game, quite obviously, and this poor Singe is just being forced to fight them in the middle of blue team. So there we saw a 3-for-0 exchange, not even really an exchange, more like a gift. And Baron is being called out, and I would have to say that this game is looking pretty one-sided right now. It's looking like a stomp is what we would call it. So, not much sure what to say about this, but what's so interesting though is Janna did get in there to get an assist, so she did get her Magi's one Magi stack. Back to items though, we do have a Frozen Heart and Bansheesville pickup, which does add a lot of extra tankiness and mana to Rise. So he still does a lot of damage, but still remains really solid and tanky, which is really great on him. Picking up Dragon instead of doing Baron, that's interesting. We have Rammus with Banshee's Veil and Sunfire Cape. Oh, this is bad. Yeah, as we can. Oh, this might actually work out for them though. But however, Janna is going to ult because she does have the ability to stop and prevent most AOE's. However, Rise is doing a lot of damage and is going to be able to take out Sign before actually going down. That's still a 2-2 exchange. However, we have Feedfest on TF pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing as that goes down. So we have actually a 3-for-2 exchange due to the Singe dying, and quite possibly even HotshotGG is Jarvan going to go down. There is going to be a taunt, and there's going to be just so much damage coming down. I don't know what to say about this. He is probably going to get away, though, because of that last move. Oh, blue card being pulled under pressure. That is a bad, bad move, and he's even going to express his anger about it. That's just disappointing to see. However, as I was saying earlier, that was a 3-2 exchange due to the Singe dying. With the tower going down on bottom, just really showing how flexible and how much utility Twisted Fate has. If you lose the team fight, or if you're even winning the team fight, you go teleport somewhere else and you start pushing that lane. You push it in as far as you can, and then you back out. Alternatively, you can push a lane, and when they all come down to you to gank you, teleport out. When they do that again, teleport back to the bottom lane. It's really, really, TF is really underrated. And I think in WCG we only begun to saw how good he can be in these type of high-level plays. And with Lich Bane especially, he becomes very, very strong in terms of pushing because he does add a lot of extra physical damage to his pushes. And once again, we're talking about... Oh, poor Singe, not going to be taunted, but he is probably going to go down in this gank. Okay, there's just so much CC there. Oh, that's just disappointing. Let's see how many deaths Singe has. He has 7 deaths. Bruce Fleet saying, darn, he is only worth 50 gold right now. That's a little funny. However, Purple Team does see that they're doing Baron. Will they be able to stop them? Let's see. Looks like they're gonna get off of Baron. Twisted Fate is going to continue pushing. They're gonna give vision to this team and come into the team for the team fight. So let's see how this turns out. Oh, also something to note there is what TF did. Before that, we have a lot of damage going to come down on Amumu. She's not a person you exactly want to... Oh! Urgot doing the wrong move here and initiating for Amumu. However, it does not matter because this team is so far ahead. Look at that. Scion is just dropping, and Rise is going to stay alive in this fight. Unbelievable. I don't know what to say. That was, again, a 3-for-0 exchange. Oh, Rise might actually go down because of poison. No, he is not. 4-for-0. 4-for-0. Come on, guys. But as I was saying, there is a lot of added physical damage, just really creating a lot of push power for that TF. And something to really note there is that he waited till he actually got a full stack deck charge to come down and join the team. So that really influences that initial burst damage from TF. And a little bit of gloating going on from Janna saying, number one Janna build. 191 AP on her with a little, some 7 stacks. Not bad. Not bad. 2 turrets going down, and once again, Purple Team is going to have to come up with a lot of answers to really counter this team, and I don't think they can. I think they're just too... I think Blue Team is just too far ahead right now in this game. If they were allowed to AFK farm, Purple Team that is, for like 20 minutes, then maybe we could see some type of comeback, but right now I just don't see it. Every kill is just so important on these high level games. Every tower kill, And as you can see, just for illustration, we only have 1 tower down on blue side, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 towers down, and an inhib down on purple side. Real Deathcap, Janna. Real Deathcap. 348 AP. Lots of damage. See, as I said earlier, she is going for a more damage-oriented build. Still hasn't even gotten max shield yet, so you will see all of her damage coming from these 2 spells. A lot of support and roaming. They are pinging Baron. They did see Sion, I believe, walking down here, and Jarvan is acting as a ward himself. Gonna walk out of there real quick. I'm sorry about the Skype sounds, guys. Anyways, I don't know if this team can actually answer to this Baron. This Baron is going down incredibly fast. Let's see. Oh, and there's a great smite from a Mumu. I don't know if it's enough, though, because Kakasoul does go down really quickly, and that extra AP from Janna is going to really heal up Nubler. But, ooh, this might be what happened to Purple Team, as the whole team is not there. Oh, wow, lots of damage just gonna come down on BruceLeet, and now that poor little Rise. However, TF is pushing all the way to the inhibs. This team cannot capitalize on this Baron and the amount of hero kills they just got, and they have to return to base. They have destroyed 2 inhibs and are now pushing the Nexus towers. Oh, that is not good. That is not good at all. 2 inhibs down. If this team had Baron, if blue team did get Baron in that fight, they would be in a lot of trouble. As you can see, look at TF maybe hit that tower 3-4 times and just decimated it. Oh, a little Destiny and Zhonya's gate there. Trick there. I've actually seen that a few times before. It's really nice. Really good. What's so interesting though about it is that most Zhonya's will block channels and does not affect that channel at all. So, don't know if that's intended, but it's a very nice little trick that a lot of TFs like to use in the high level play. And it looks like he was even baiting for it because he did let that Sion walk up. He did have vision of him, so he did know what was coming at him. He just felt like taunting them, I guess. 2 inhibs down, another dragon going to blue team. Yeah, I don't know if purple team can come up with the answers of this. This is a very hard game to answer to. And Sinch out of position again. However, BruceLeet is also out of position with HotshotGG there. Oh, I don't know. This team, both teams are incredibly separated. However, purple team is more split than blue team, so we'll see how this turns out. Ryan's taking a lot of damage, getting focused. So is Janna with really low mana. I don't know if we can do. I don't know if they can fight this. In fact, I think this is just a huge mistake. Oh, and poor TF. Even though we saw how much burst damage you can possibly do, right there, on that Scion. Yeah, this is just bad. These are the answers that purple team is just praying to come up with, and they are getting it. And a surrender vote taunt coming out. And mid tower is really low. TF could probably actually ult in and kill that one little shot. I'm not really sure what to say here, folks. I mean, we could look at the items again. We have Void Staff, which is a really interesting pickup on Karma. I don't know if I really agree with that. Although, it does kind of make her scale well better, because she does have some really strong AP, as you can see. There's about 168 AP. And then she doesn't really need much more than that. She just needs to have a little penetration to do some damage, I guess. We have Jarvan the fourth with Wriggles so late in the game, and Aranduin's even later in the game. I'm not entirely sure I agree with, no, actually those are fine items. I don't know about the Wriggles though. I would expect more damage. Maybe a Yumu's or something. I don't know. A Mumu with Abyssal Scepter, which is also a really solid pickup. Lowers magic resist reduction, which is always great. Effectively removes a certain amount of magic resist, which is awesome in my opinion. It's like Stark's Fervor of casters, except without the regen. But we can see mid tower with 93 health. Ooh, that's just one little right click. Yeah. Seriously, all he had to do was come in and hit it once. Although this team is out of position again. Oh, he's gonna Zhonya's out. He's not going to be able to get away, though, because his gate was interrupted before Zhonya's did come out. There was a lot of damage from Amumu coming down on TF. TF might go down. TF is going to go down. Purple team is coming up with that answer that we needed them to come up with. And Noobler's also going to go down. Oh, Janna's going to go down. Well, no, that Wriggles is saving Jarvan's life, but it is not enough because there is so much burst damage from from Rise. Just doesn't matter. There is just so much pushing down from blue team. There is no ability to push, even though they are winning team fights. Urgot is saying, target Sion, is that hard? Well, let's look at his items. We have Lichbane, Void Staff, and Deathcap. So there is quite a bit of damage there. A lot of damage there. So that does make sense to target that hero. There is real no damage if you want to think about it. There's a lot of sustained damage between like Karma and Jarvan and Amumu and Singed, but he is that huge spike in that damage where after he hits you, go, okay, who took half of my health? Who took it? Who took it? Fess up, who took it? So it does make sense that we need to focus him. Why blue team needs to focus him and take him down. Kill Sion and Karma, the support and the EP carry. So, that makes sense. Bloodthirster coming down on Noobler. It's interesting. A lot of these heroes are picking up Guardian Angel, which is a really solid item. I don't really like it for the revive effect. I like it for the amount of armor and magic resist it gets. It gives some of the highest, well, not some of the highest, but it gives some high armor, some high magic resist, and one item that just I like a lot. And then some heroes that have maybe an ability that gives them extra health or gives them a shield, it does make sense, or even a bubble. So you can see it on, like, you know, a Nasus or an X-Men. So another push is going to come out from blue team. However, they are going to back out and see if they can do Baron. Fast is 5, even though TF is walking away. And then he's calling for backdoor. If they come, not entirely sure what this TF is doing over here. Jarvan is coming in. He's going to initiate with the ultimate. Sion is going to walk in and do a lot of burst damage. As I said earlier, yeah. Who took half my health? Where did it go? Honestly, fess up, one of you. And TF is going to go and try and kill all 3 inhibs at this. Ooh, this is really, really, really dangerous. He's essentially doing a base trade in an RTS fashion, but Urgot's going to get away with 50 out. Ooh. Team is backing out. TF does get 2 inhibs. Oh, this is bad. And he's gonna walk away. Awesome. Awesome. TF was walking away with a little smile on his face. He has a Void Staff, Zhonya's Hourglass, Rabadon's Deathcap, Sork Boots, Lichbane, with a lot of AP, 649 AP, which when he activates his Lichbane, or rather he procs his Lichbane, he gets an extra 649 attack damage on a hero, which is really, really good. It's all physical too. Yeah. But if you think about it, that really does make sense on this team, and not just I always build my TF this way because I am supposed to. Bruce Leet, or Rammus in this case, does have an ability called Puncturing Taunt, which does lower armor upon taunting a person. So if there is that Lichbane procced and then the physical damage is activated, you know, we're talking about a large spike in damage. And I'm not entirely sure what TF is doing. I want to hope this is the replay viewer bugging out, but he is just I'm sorry. He is... I don't know what he's doing. Shenanigans, man. Shenanigans. That's what he's doing. Attempting to try and do Baron again. All alts are up. All ults, sorry. Not alts. Ultimates are up from the blue team. So, this could make or break this game with 2 inhibs down and Baron on the line. Ooh, this is going to be close. Whoever does win this, whoever does get this Baron, might be the... Blue team does get Baron. And in most cases, the next push in this type of scenario with the 2 inhibs down is GG. With a ward blocking that Rammus Powerball. Oh, that's so funny. I love seeing that. That makes me happy. And here we have Bruce Leet initiating. A little bit out of position as he is not with his whole team, but I don't know if it'll matter because we will be seeing a lot of damage come down on Noobler. Lots of damage. I am so sorry about that camera angle right there, guys. Lots of damage coming down on Bruce Leet too. This team just suddenly got it back together. This is just so interesting. Bruce Leet is going to go down. Or not. Wow. Winning. As Charlie Sheen would say. Sion just saying hello and showing the damage, although this might be... Oh, that's bad. This might be GG right here, folks, because it is 1-0 in terms of hero kills and lost engagement. They have taken down one turret. Poor Singe is going to go down. This is going to be bad, folks, as it might look like HotshotGG's team might be losing this game. In fact, they will be losing the game as GGs are being sent out. And I hope you guys really like this. As you can see, there's a ton of burst damage from that TF on that turret, and it just doesn't matter now as Kakasoul is going to go down, and the Nexus is also going to go down. Alright, guys. That was the first ever the Daily Rift. We plan to do more dailies of this Monday through Friday. We'll be recording them and then posting them up and letting you guys know. Please, please, please tell me what you thought of this and tell me if you want to see more. I would love and appreciate your feedback. And that's all I can really say. I love this game and I hope I can make you guys love it too. This is ClintLeetWood signing out.